Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is the Muslim exorcist here. Eid al-Adha Mubarak to everyone. Someone has asked me a question. If a person is suffering from a magical spell, can first of all they remove the magic that's on them? And if so, what are the practices? Now, you've got to realize that it depends on first of all, it depends on the type of magic that's on you, the entities involved, the strength of the magic, and also the amount of times the magical ritual has been performed on you. All these are factors, as well as your own spiritual strength and as well as the type of lifestyle that you're living. Now, first of all, we got to understand what is magic. There are millions and millions of practices of magicians, by magicians of magic. But what is actually magic? In reality, if we look at it from a practitioner's point of view, magic is it's a dark, a negative energy or force that is channeled or used by the desecration of that which is holy or the praise of that which is unholy, using a medium with an evil intent. So that's really what magic is. Now, if a person is suffering from magic, they need to know what type of magic that they have. And if you don't have no spiritual insight, it can be very, very problematic. And if you don't know the type of magic you have and the strength of the magic that's on you and the things that are involved, by you actually reciting on yourself, you can cause a lot more problems. You can cause a reaction in which it will react to those things around you, and the magic will react by in two ways. It could either increase intensity and attack on you, or it can slowly start to break. But it comes down to your own spiritual strength and what are you reciting as well. So I'm going to create a playlist which people who are suffering from magic can first of all determine by performing these rituals that the strength, they can have an indication of what strength of magic that's on them, and then they can take it from there. If they want to get it removed, then they should contact a healer. So, what is actually the first amal or first ritual that I'll give? If you can speak Arabic, if you can read Arabic, this is a book called Munzil. It's 33 verses of the Holy Quran which are used in exorcism. It starts from Alhamdulillah, Surah Fatiha, and it ends with Surah Nas. You got Surah Baqarah, and various verses. Now, for you to do a test to see what type of magic that you have on you, or to cause relief, generally, if a person comes up to us, and we could tell what type of magic that they have, but if they don't know themselves, we say to them, what's the first thing we give them? We give them this manzil, which they recite once in the morning, once in the evening, and 1,000 times Bismillah Rahmanir Rahim, a recitation from the Quran in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. So we recite manzil once in the morning, once in the evening, the person who's affected, and 1,000 times Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now they do that for 40 days. Now within the 40 days, two things could happen. Number one, they could start feeling relief. If they start feeling relief from the pressures of the magic and the symptoms of the magic, then the level of magic, it's a good sign, and they should carry on with this for 40 days. So once in the morning, once in the evening, 1,000 times Bismillah Rahman Rahim. The second reaction could be that your symptoms start to increase. One might wonder, if I'm reading something, why I'm reading for relief, so why would the situation increase? Why would it get worse? Well, we tell people who are suffering from strong magic, well, before it gets worse before, and then it gets better later, because the reaction that happens with it, with the recitation, and they intensify. The magic then intensify, and the things that intensify, but you do not give up. So say, for example, if you're a person who's affected by magic and it's been 40 days, you recited Manzil 1000 times, Bismillah Rahman Manzil, you blow on yourself, or you have a bottle of water, blow on the bottle once you've done a recitation, and drink the water throughout the day, and then tomorrow you fill it up. This water, why do we use water? Water is a great medium for capturing spiritual energy, and also your body needs water, and it's good for certain organs. So when you drink the water with the recitation, it goes into the body and it's absorbed by the body, absorbed by the cells, and it starts to work on your cellular level. Now, say if, for example, it's 40 days and you've had no relief, or things have started to intensify when you started reading, then we up the dosage. So we say, okay, for another 40 days, recite this Manzil, but this time 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening, and with 1000 times Bismillah Rahman Rahim. You do this for another 40 days. Now, this should hopefully clear up magic. That's if a spell has been done, it could either be a spell that's done numerous times, but the intensity of the intent and the intensity of the energy that's created or channeled is not, it's not great. It's not life-threatening. Now, after the 40 days, for example, you've done the second, which is 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the evening, 1000 times Bismillah Rahman Rahim, and you've blown into the water and you've drank it, and you've noticed that either you have no effect at all, or things have gone even worse, then that's the point where you should start finding a healer, because that is an indication this recitation is powerful. And I'll explain, for a normal person who hasn't trained with this, for them to recite it at that number, it causes such a reaction. Now imagine if you were to train with this, and we exorcists in our school, we actually train with this, and I will do a separate playlist for those exorcists who are currently exorcists and they want to increase their understanding and they want to increase the other methods of cutting magic and the training, because as I said before in one of the first video, that in Conjuring, that our school, it we develop 3 things. First of all, your belief in God, that it is He who's doing that, He's watching me, He is there, He is the one who's doing it. Your intention that I'm doing this solely for the pleasure of God, I'm doing this to help people, and also your spiritual power, which comes by developing repetition. The more you recite with permission, the more energy builds up, and this energy builds up with inside of you, and it also surrounds you, and it attracts certain things. So I will create a playlist for those who are victims of magic. What can they do? So this is one method where for dose 1, where you recite Manzil 1 time in the morning, 1 time in the evening, 1000 times Bismillah Rahman Rahim for 40 days. And if you feel fine, if you feel happy, release, and you carry on until all your symptoms are gone. Now, if after the 40 days, you start getting very bad things heat up, reactions, your symptoms get a bit worse, then you up the dosage, which is 3 times Manzil in the morning, 3 times Manzil in the evening, 1000 times Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Now, after you've done that, and after another the second 40 days, if nothing has happened or your symptoms have gone even worse, then it's best to then call a faith healer, or to do ruqya, or to find to get this solved, because these recitation in reality should be sufficient for those people who have magic of between low to medium. When I mean low to medium, it's not magic that's done for death, or it's these type of magic is done for harm or restriction, or even certain low cases of possession, or but when it comes to the big source of possession, then there are other things which we are give, which I'll explain in the section of The Exorcist. And I'm also gonna open up a new playlist for those who want to develop spirituality, Muslim and non-Muslim. So I will guide Muslims. Well, I will tell you what to recite, and then I'll tell you should go and get permission. Unless for certain things I will give permission to people. And as for non-Muslims, now you might be wondering, what can I do? I'm a non-Muslim, or I can't read Arabic. I can't. So what am I meant to do? Well, if you can recite English, then for 40 days, you do this. Recite, there is no power or might except from God. There is no power or might except from God. And you recite that 313 times. You may use this, which is a prayer beads. This is 101, or you may use a digital counter, which you can get. And then you'd blow on water and drink, or you can go on YouTube and type in Ruqya, RUQYA, and you can hear recitations of people reciting, and you sit down and you just listen and concentrate daily. So those are two options, but I'll create a playlist for people who understand Arabic or Muslim, and those who are non-Muslims, what you can do. And there are many rituals that you can do, but these rituals will remove magics of certain types and certain levels. And because you do need a healer, or you do need to go and see someone, because there are certain magics that I've done on a repeater throughout the day. They are repeated again and again and again, and that builds up energy, and that calls upon more things. So you'll be reciting, and you'll be trying to clear everything out, but you're not actually attacking the source. So hope you guys like what I've taught you, and I've got numerous playlists coming out, so hopefully you guys will benefit. And leave a comment if you're unsure about the two methods that are recited, method for Manzil and the method that there is no power or might except from God. And I'll see you on the next video. Ma salama.